Taurus.
Hello Taurus, this is your March forecast, and we got a lot of things to look at in your chart this month. And it's a little special. If you recall your February forecast, there was the stellium kind of moving together, which is a bunch of little planets. They're all journeying together. Well, they've kind of moved now out of your 10th house into the 11th house. And what does that mean? Well, 11th house is all about your hopes and wishes, your dreams, your friends, your social networks. So watch how March is really going to be picking up a whole lot this month for you. That's going to behoove you not just this month, which is going to be very social, but also new friends coming into the pictures, new acquaintances, new contacts, and both on the level of friendship. But I'm also seeing how some of this can also tie into your income and how you can grow your business and how more money can come to you as well. Because it's tying into your Jupiter there, which now, by the way, is moving forward in your 2nd house of income. So somehow, some way, you might be branching out, connecting in different ways of getting your business up and going through these networks. But yeah, when you have, you got the Sun, Mercury, Moon, Mars, Venus, and Neptune, all of them there in the house of Aquarius. So it means thinking new, along new lines, reinventing yourself, finding exciting ways of putting yourself out there with new people, or also attracting people that may be very different from who you used to be, so to speak, or just attracting them from different paths or walks of life. That can be very inspiring to you because it is in the sign of Pisces, which once again, it's spirit, okay? It's cosmos speaking to you in terms of these new people that you're going to be drawing in. I also see how you might start questioning a little bit more what the purpose is of your life, kind of reconnecting perhaps too with spirit or religion or spirituality, trying to find a higher meaning of the changes that's been going on. And there has been changes for a lot of you Taurians, not all of you, but a lot of you. And those who haven't been experiencing these changes quite yet, it's coming in down the road. A lot of these changes could be within your relationships because you have Saturn in the 7th house for partnership, marriage, or the significant other. And there's some karmic testing there going on. And as you know, Saturn is the only planet with rings, at least the true rings, that can put some distance. So some of you might be going through some shaky grounds due to that. Well, we also do have some rings around Uranus and Neptune too, but they're so finely refined that we don't really look at them as rings in the same way. But yeah, so these new people coming in, they will be, what should I say, opening doors for you and your higher self and this, what should I say, this new spiritual emerging self that will be coming in. And I think you're going to find it quite exciting. There are some challenges there also pertaining to your own philosophies. Pluto is going to be triggered here this month from all of these planets, and your Pluto is in the 9th house of higher thinking, philosophy, religion, spirituality. Could also be, of course, naturally education, higher education, and also travel perhaps too. So that may be coming into the picture, but as you meet these people, they will be wanting to know where you're at with a few of these things. And you'll hear yourself starting to communicate a little different from previous years. And it's a really rare chart that you do have this month because, for one, seldom ever will you see 5 or 6 planets going through the same sign at the same time. The stellium is very rare. Secondly, the way this month is set up for you with the transits is that the first week is going to be back-to-back with action, And then coming into and then it's going to be quiet, like 2.5 weeks, not much going on. It's going to be very still. And then by the end of the month, you will see that things are going to come in back to back again. You've got like 8 or 9 transits hitting there on the 26th and 27th. So talk about touch and go this month. We're going to start off here what you can expect because Saturn now is retrograde until July. So I just want to touch on that first because it's in your 7th house. And we know Taurians, partnerships are really important to you. How you connect, the way you connect. And you want it to be nice and smooth. And you're feeling these edges that's been going on these last couple of months. You'll see that things are going to start lightening up in that sense. I just wanted to bring you a little good news right there. I also want to thank you for all the comments and feedback from the last couple of tubes here that's been out. And see, I'm getting also a lot of emails from you, which makes me really happy. And I try to respond to all of you, but some of these questions are so deep and elaborate that I just can't find the time for it. So what I want to do is invite you to class. A lot of you Taurians are going through a lot of things. And in class, we'll have your sun sign once a month here, where we can join together and where you will have the opportunity to ask your questions so we can deepen in on the monthly scope. Doing the YouTubes, which is wonderful, it still just gives me a very limited time to bring everything up to speed. And I'm always left with wanting to have shared and told more. But we can do that in class, see? So I hope to see you there. More information at the end of this tube. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's start at the top of the month. On the 1st, you have Sun sextile Pluto, which is you having talks with Pluto, which is your superiors or the higher ups or somebody who's very influential and important in your life. And it could also be your own sense of, shall I say, higher authority, and what you feel to be right is going to come in, and this is going to be communicated. On the same day, the Sun is also trining Saturn, which is your partner or your significant other, or it could be some authority in that matter as well. So if you have anything on the scope to have important talks, the 1st is the best for that, March 1st. Now on the 4th, I see more communication. I see something being challenged here of values or money or whatnot. And on the 6th and 7th, I see you having taken a couple of days to really think, what is it you want? What is it you want to fight for? Because right now, see, on the 6th and 7th, you got 2, 4, 6 very influential, very powerful aspects that can behoove you. You know, so don't overact or react there on the first couple of days of the month. Wait for that 2nd week, 6th and 7th, because then I see how you've been able to download in your mind these hopes and wishes. That's the stellium going there in your 11th house. What is it you foresee yourself getting or receiving or achieving as goals? It's time to do the Course of Miracles now and draw to you the law of attraction, because you don't have to give in and sacrifice. You might have felt that over these last couple of months, the way the planets were, you might have felt that there was a losing battle somewhere. But right now it's like, oh, I see you climbing up on this niche and pulling in the reins and projecting out what it is you want, what you need, and definitely what you feel you deserve. So Venus ruling money is sextiling Pluto, which is transforming, okay, changing, turning the dial, so to speak, on your monetary value systems. It could be new contacts as well coming in. They're from your social house, this 11th house. It could also be now pertaining to your partner and how you're going to be dealing with him or her on your financials. And that same Venus is trining Saturn, see, and that's where the partner comes in your 7th house. I see you presenting a lot of this with charm, with grace, no force needed, just with a lot of confidence, saying this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I deserve, and communicating it with a sense of your own inner authority. Now is the time to do it. And Mercury is very firm there. It's also sextiling Pluto. If you're needing any kind of, what should I say, help or assistance from somebody in higher up places, or Saturn here could also be, what should I say, the law as well, Pluto being the law, or lawsuits, for example, in your ninth house there, well, then it would be a good time to communicate here and have somebody act on your behalf. Okay, 6 and 7, mark that down in your notebook. Then you will see that things are going to be quiet. You can take a step back. Then you can just socialize there with all these planets in the 11th. Be with your friends, network new connections and whatnot. Because not much is going to happen before the 26th and 27th. What we will see is the new moon on the 11th. And Venus and Mars is going to be moving into your 12th house. Mars on the 11th of March and Venus on the 21st. So on those dates, you'll feel how you're going to kind of pull yourself back a little bit. But until then, I see you busy. Moving right on to the 26th. Okay, what were the transits on that day? It is Mars and Jupiter. Mars and Jupiter together kind of creates this huge expansion on your goals, your aims, what it is you want to achieve. And of course, as you know, Jupiter is the greatest planet in the solar system. It is huge, it's abundant, and it is in a perfect aspect. The 6th house is harmony. So you might see how things are going to come back to you. With whatever talks you had there in the first week of March, it's going to come back to you now with feedback. So if you've got to authorities or your bosses or whoever it is presented something, you will see how things are going to start panning out. So you're not going to have to wait too long. A couple of weeks is a very short amount of time to get the feedback. You will see that something is changing gears in a very powerful way, and it's going to set you on the mark. And on the 27th, Venus, which is money and what's important to you, is going to surprise you. And why? Venus is conjunct the Sun, so that's a news flash that day of something pertaining to your financials. And that same Venus is conjuncting Uranus, which is always the unexpected. And the Sun is also there conjunct Uranus. And these pertain to your 12th house. So it's in a hidden, or what has been in a hidden phase or aspect from you is now going to surface. And it's going to come up here with powerful new locks on opening. And then we have Mercury, which is communication here with one of these, should I say, leaders, teachers, mentors, lawyers, or whoever it is who might be representing you in some respect. Agents perhaps too, will be communicating to you on the 27th, which is also a full moon, by the way. So you're going to be harvesting now on the 27th. And your Venus will also be put to you what it is you can expect to receive and what you also might need to let go of. There might be a let go, because that Venus is also squaring Pluto. So be ready to shed something, whereas you're going to be gaining something else. And that something else is something that's not just going to pertain here to March, but in the long term, okay, throughout the coming months and whatnot. So it's going to set something straight there for you. So anyhow, listen to your moon sign and your rising sign, and also perhaps that of your partner, so you know what's going on with him or her here in March. And do click on the link to the classes if you're interested, so you can know a little bit more about that. And I hope to see you there, and if not, I'll see you soon. Bye now.